Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we're taking care of our level 35 culinarian quest of cooks and books. Hello there, Lingsath, what do you have for us today? Lingsath wants you to learn about other aspects of the restaurant business. Right good of you to drop in again, Satora. You'd be surprised how many of your guildmates stop coming all together thinking they know all what needs knowing. But as any scholarly would tell you, the learning never stops, and I speak from experience. There's some who say I'm the best in the realm, but there ain't a day what passes I don't discover something new. Now you and me, we're chefs first and foremost, but there's more to the restaurant business than just cooking. That's why I want you to speak with Letitia, our bookkeeper. Before coming to us, she herself was a scholarly doing customs work at Melvin's Gate. You stand to learn much and more by seeing things from her perspective. Alright, so we're going to be learning more about the business side of a restaurant. Alright, what do you got for us, Letitia? Satora, the chef who prepared Lord Lolorito's meal in the Guildmaster's stead. Thanks to your heroics, the Bismarck's reputation came through unscathed. We all owe you for that. So, what brings you to my counter? Master Lingsath would have you learn about the restaurant business at large, you say? Why, of course, it would be my pleasure to share with you such knowledge as I possess. But before we begin, I could do with a bite to eat. It has been a long and busy shift, and I haven't had the chance to sit down to a proper meal. By way of board, might I trouble you to prepare some ratatouille for me? And call me spoiled, but please make it the most exquisite serving you can manage. My thanks in advance. Alright, we are making some ratatouille, which is on our crafting log for today, in fact. We're going to need the ingredients. I'll go over where to get them when we get to the crafting log itself, but we need 1 wizard eggplant, 1 ram horn zucchini, 1 ruby tomato, 1 laurel, 1 lavender oil, and 1 Garlean garlic. And again, we'll go over where to get the ingredients once we get to the crafting log. Oh, I had an excellent there. I could have made use of the excellent. Oh, well, it's fine. It is not the end of the world. Alright, let's go ahead and get this crafted up. I don't think I need to use another round of innovation. We should be fine. Now just finish up the progress. And that ratatouille is complete. Alright, here you are, Letitia. I don't mean to rush you, but if the ratatouille takes much longer, I fear I'm like to pass out from exhaustion. Well, that wouldn't be any good, then you couldn't teach us anything. Ah, such an enticing aroma. I will enjoy this right away. I can't remember the last time I had such a tasty ratatouille. That was truly wonderful, and with my hunger sated, we can now delve into the kind of work I do here. In fact, you have just witnessed one of my more important duties, keeping track of our members' progress. I found that sampling each person's rendition of ratatouille gives a marvelous insight into their growth. Owing to its simplicity, the vegetable sauté lends itself well to variation, allowing the chef to pour himself into its creation. Indeed, your own bespeaks your ability to create a quality dish under strict time constraints. Do not underestimate that skill. You'll find a great deal of a restaurant's success lies in performing tasks expeditiously. As an example, some other services I provide are procuring ingredients, ensuring our equipment functions, and perhaps most importantly, listening to our customers. If any of these tasks were ignored for an extended period, it is fair to say the Bismarck would fall into chaos and our name would lose its considerable luster. Well, I trust you now have something of an insight into my responsibilities. I only wish that all our members shared your curiosity about what goes into running this place. Well, I appreciate the lesson indeed. Alright, we'll go ahead and take the silver piece because everything else is a downgrade. And let's get to work on that crafting log. Alright then, so, for our crafting log today, the ingredients we're going to need are, starting with the crystals, we're going to want, looks like 58 fire shards and 40 water shards. Not too many shards this time around, nice and simple. So let's move on to the actual ingredients. So let's see, in New Gridania, this is important, I'm going to list it first because it is very limited when you can get it. In New Gridania, when it is raining, oh dear, we have a bit of a problem here. Let's do a Master's Men, that should fix it up. When it is raining in New Gridania, you need to catch one raincaller as a fisher. Just one. We only need one. Okay, now with the timed limited issue out of the way, we can move on to the more regular shopping list. In any of the main city-states shopping districts, from the Tradecraft Merchant, you can buy 1 chicken egg, 3 mineral water, and 1 buffalo milk. In Lower Lenosia, you can use botany for 1 sun lemon and 1 lowland grape. Next up in Middle Lenosia, botany can get you 4 sunset wheat and 1 ruby tomato. And then you can fight megala crabs down to, on the lower level of Middle Lenosia, up to the northwest past the giant cliff that Dalamud tore open. You can fight megala crabs for 1 megala crab leg. Next up in Western Lenosia, you can fight dodos for 1 dodo egg. In Eastern Lenosia, you can use botany to get 1 ramhorn zucchini, 1 mugwort, 1 midland basil, 1 maiden artichoke, 1 dragon pepper, and 1 almonds. Then you can also hunt in the area. There are grass raptors to the northeast of Wineport, who will give you 1 raptor shank. And you can fight buffaloes over in southwest of Costa del Sol for 3 night milk. What next? Let's see. The next ingredients on our list will go to... anything in Western Thanolin? Yes. In Western Thanolin, you can use botany to harvest 3 rye and 1 Garlean garlic. And from the shopkeep over in Vesper Bay, from the Merchant and Mender, I believe it is, you can buy 1 blue cheese. I believe that is an ingredient we've bought before, so I'm not too worried about showing it, but it's from one of the merchants, I believe Merchant and Mender, over in Vesper Bay. Next up in Central Thanolin, we can mine up 1 rock salt and use botany for 1 black pepper. Next up, Southern Thanolin, you can use botany for 2 laurel and 1 desert saffron. In the South Shroud, you can go fishing for Veladina carp. We've gone fishing for Veladina carp before. Check your fishing log or check the various fishing trackers online. There's plenty. But it looks like Veladina carp is specifically in the river northeast of Buscaron's Druthers. So right outside of Buscaron's Druthers. Next up in the East Shroud, we can use botany to get 1 gilbun. In the North Shroud, we can use botany for 1 wizard eggplant, 1 midland cabbage, 1 maple sap, and 3 beehive chips. Up in Kurthis, we won't be able to do this because this harvesting is outside of the current level range for us. It is a level 42 botany harvest. But if you want to go and get it, you can get 7 mirror apples. In Central Shroud, you can use botany for 4 lavender and 1 chanterelle. And finally, no, actually, that should be it for our gathering. Alright, so the mirror apples will be used for this apple juice right here, and for the pastry fish. For our pre-crafts, oh wow, we went through the crafting way faster than expected. For the pre-crafts, we are going to use our beehive chips to make 1 honey. We are going to make, as a culinarian, 1 maple syrup, 1 crafted table salt to get 6 table salt total, 1 raisin, 1 rye flour, 2 sweet cream from 1 craft, 2 sunset wheat flour from 1 craft, 1 pie dough, 1 lavender oil, 1 cream cheese, which we did up here already, 1 night spread, which we did right here. And then once you have all of that done, you can make everything except for the apple juice and pastry fish, which we will come back to once we're able to gather the mirror apples. It's fine, we'll come back to them eventually. But for now, that is all of our crafting for Culinarian for the time being, and it's fine, that was so quick I did not need to use any crafting food. Oh well, it would have been a waste. But with Culinarian done for the time being, next time on Final Fantasy XIV. What are we taking care of next? I believe it is time for our level 35 Ninja Quest. I'll see everyone next time for Killer Combinations.